Hello, this is Noah Smith, and welcome to our space for spiritual reflection and discovery. Today, we will begin a profound journey together, the journey of the spiritual healer, a path that goes far beyond techniques or methods. It is a path of transformation, self-knowledge, and connection with something greater. If you feel a calling to help, heal, and transform the energy around you, this video is for you. Take this opportunity to subscribe to the channel, leave your like, share it with someone who is seeking awakening, and tell me in the comments, have you ever felt that you have the gift to heal? Or do you feel that you need to heal yourself first before helping others? Let's embark on this journey together, a journey that begins within you. The healer's calling. When the soul awakens. The spiritual healer's journey begins with something often difficult to explain, an inner calling. It is a deep feeling that there is something more, a silent force that pushes us to seek the meaning of pain, healing, and true transformation. This calling can arise through personal suffering, illness, loss, or even an inexplicable curiosity. The healer awakens when they realize there is something beyond the physical, when they feel that behind diseases, fears, and blockages, there is an energy that asks to be seen, understood, and transformed. And often, before healing others, the healer is called to heal themselves. They are guided to cross their own deserts, so that later they can extend their hands to those still lost. The healer's soul feels it does not fully belong to the superficial world. There is discomfort with empty routines and a burning desire to understand the purpose of life. It is at this point that the journey begins, a deep dive into one's own history, body, and wounds. The calling is not something chosen, it simply happens. Healing begins within. The wounded healer. One of the most powerful and at the same time hardest truths to accept on the spiritual healer's journey is that they carry their own wounds. Before any healing touch, the healer has often gone through profound processes of pain, loss, trauma, and personal transformation. Pain is their teacher, not their enemy. This concept of the wounded healer is not a sign of weakness, but an immeasurable source of strength. It is through the experience of vulnerability that the healer develops true empathy, which is not learned from books or courses, but lived deeply. When someone has experienced darkness, they know how to recognize the light in another with greater clarity and dedication. And more. The healer's journey is also a continuous process of self-knowledge. Healing oneself is a daily commitment, an honest look at one's own shadows, at limiting beliefs that have often been inherited or built throughout life. The healer learns to forgive themselves, to embrace their imperfections, understanding that healing is not a straight line, but a movement of back and forth. Moreover, by caring for their wounds, the healer becomes a living example of transformation. They inspire through their journey, showing that pain does not have to be the end, but can be the beginning of something greater. This authenticity creates a deep connection with those seeking help, because no one wants to follow a guide who pretends to be whole. It is worth remembering that the healer is not alone on this path. Often, they also seek support, therapy, spiritual mentorship, and techniques that help them cross their own deserts. The important thing is to maintain humility, to recognize one's limitations, and a commitment to personal growth. Thus, the wounded healer becomes a beacon, a presence that, even marked by the experience of pain, remains strong to help others find their own light. It is this humanity that makes energy healing so deep and true. Connection with energy. The healer as a channel. Understanding that the spiritual healer is not the source of healing, but rather a channel for universal energy, is one of the greatest revelations of this journey. Many people still imagine the healer as someone who has the power or solves other people's problems. But the truth is that the real power lies in connection with the source, whether it is called God, universe, cosmic energy, consciousness, or light. When the healer learns to empty themselves of ego, expectations, and doubts, they become a receiver and transmitter of the healing energy. This surrender is an act of deep trust and letting go. It is not about controlling the energy, but about allowing it to flow naturally through the body, mind, and spirit. For this, it is essential that the healer develops practices that keep them energetically aligned. This can include daily meditations, breathing exercises, energy baths, connections with nature, use of crystals, healing sounds, or any method that resonates with their soul. Energetic hygiene is as important as physical hygiene. While acting as a channel, the healer also needs to be attentive to what they feel and perceive during the healing process. Often, they pick up emotions, pains, or blockages from the other person, as if they were their own sensations. Knowing how to differentiate what belongs to them and what belongs to the patient is a skill developed over time and requires much discipline. Moreover, the healer learns that healing does not always happen at the moment of the session. The energy can continue to work for days, weeks, or months after the meeting. They understand their role is to plant seeds of transformation, and that each person's timing to bloom is unique. This humble and aligned attitude allows the healer to maintain their own energetic and emotional health, avoiding burnout or the tired healer syndrome. They recognize that the source of healing is infinite, but their own body and mind have limits that must be respected. Finally, the spiritual healer celebrates every small progress, every sign of change, knowing that often what is unseen is as powerful as what is visible. They are a facilitator, a partner of life's energy, working in harmony with the natural flow of existence. Tools and wisdom of the healer. The healer's journey includes learning tools, yes, but no tool is more important than intention and presence. There are many paths to work with energy healing: Reiki, laying on of hands, meditation, crystals, aromatherapy, visualizations, sounds, prayers, and many others. Each healer finds their method, their language, their touch. The most important thing is that the healer chooses what resonates with their soul. When the practice is genuine, when the intention is pure, the tool becomes merely a vehicle. The power lies in the energy the healer carries and the vibration they sustain. Beyond techniques, the healer develops sensitive listening. They learn to perceive what is unspoken, to feel the energy of the environment, to listen to the vibrational field of a person. They recognize patterns, blockages, and emotions that ask to be released. And they do this with lightness, without judgment, simply allowing the flow to happen. The spiritual healer also learns to protect their own energy. They create cleansing rituals, set boundaries, and respect their own time. Because the healing journey is beautiful, but also requires maturity, not to get lost in excessive giving or emotional burnout. The healer as service to the world. The true essence of the spiritual healer lies in service, a service born from the heart and manifested as unconditional love, presence, and surrender. The healer understands that their mission goes far beyond physical touch or the application of techniques. It involves a commitment to transforming the world, one step at a time. To serve as a healer is not about control or solving others' problems, but about creating a sacred space where healing can occur. It is to be a facilitator of awakening, a guardian of life's energy, who helps open inner doors so that people can reconnect with themselves, with their own wisdom and self-healing potential. This posture of service requires deep humility. The healer recognizes that they do not carry the healing within themselves, but that they are merely a channel through which energy passes. They are not the owner of healing, nor the savior, but a companion on the journey, a mirror reflecting what already exists in the other's soul. With this awareness, the healer avoids the burden of excessive responsibility, maintaining their balance and vitality. Furthermore, the healer's service is a practical manifestation of compassion, an act that touches not only the person being helped, but resonates throughout the entire web of life. Every act of healing generates waves that influence families, communities, and even collective realities. The healer thus becomes an agent of social and spiritual transformation. This mission also implies self-care. To be truly available for service, the healer must take care of their own energy, health, and well-being. Without this self-attention, the risk of physical, emotional, and spiritual exhaustion is real. The wise healer sets clear boundaries, reserves time for rest, meditation, and renewal, recognizing that caring for oneself is a fundamental part of serving the world. The healer also understands that their work is never complete. The journey is continuous, always expanding, always with new challenges and lessons. They celebrate every small victory, every transformation, knowing that each step is part of a greater process that surpasses the individual and reaches the collective. Finally, the spiritual healer lives with a clear purpose: to be light in the darkness, to be a loving presence where there is pain, to be hope where there seems to be only despair. They choose, day after day, to be available to serve with an open heart, guided by the wisdom of universal energy. This is the invitation to you who feel this calling, to be an instrument of healing, a channel of love and transformation. Because when we heal one, we heal all. And this is how the world becomes a better place, through the dedication, love, and courage of those who choose to be healers. If you have made it this far, reading and feeling each word, it is because something inside you has already begun to awaken. The journey of the spiritual healer is not just an external path of techniques and practices, but a deep inner transformation that reverberates through everything around you. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to heal. No one does. Perfection is a myth that only creates pressure and blocks. What matters is your willingness to learn, grow, and connect with the energy of life. Healing is an act of courage, surrender, and above all, love. Every step you take in your own healing opens space for the world to heal as well. You are a point of light in this infinite web of energy that connects everything and everyone. By becoming an open and conscious channel, you transform not only your own reality, but also positively influence the lives of those around you: family, friends, clients, and even strangers. Be patient with your process. There will be days of doubt, fatigue, and questioning. This is natural and part of the journey. The important thing is to keep the commitment to return to your center, to reconnect with yourself, and to continue. The healer's journey is a dance between light and shadow, learning and surrender. And never forget, the greatest power of the healer lies in love. The love that embraces, listens without judgment, respects the other's timing, and celebrates every small victory. This love is the transformative energy that transcends limits and connects hearts. This is Noah Smith, and I thank you for dedicating this time to this deep reflection. If this content touched your heart, please leave a like, share it with someone you believe needs to hear this message, and tell me here in the comments. Which part resonated with you the most? Where are you on this beautiful healing journey? See you in the next video to continue growing together with awareness, love, and renewed energy. Until then, see you in the next video.